Good morning. Okay, if we can get everyone to sit down. I know it's a gorgeous day, so we have a lot of competition with the weather, but I want to thank everyone for coming out. I'm Mayor Quan. I'm the mayor of Oakland. Thank you. I was just over at over the first beat that I adopted, which is beat 33X, where the new library is, and we're cutting ribbons this morning for some new Habitat for Humanity housing that people help build themselves, and that was very exciting. So I want to get us to sit down and invite the principal of Havens Court to come up and help us open up. So, ma'am, thank you. This has been an amazing principal, and she's hosting a lot of other joint issues and projects between the city and schools. Maybe she'll tell us a little bit about Safe Passages. They sponsored our lunch today. They're doing a baby college campaign in the neighborhood, and later you're also going to hear from the Eisenhower grantor for our mentorship program at this school. So, madam.
Good morning. Thank you all for coming out today. My name is Brandy Stewart. I'm the principal of one of the 4 schools at the Havens Court Lockwood campus, Roots International, and with me today also is Steve Dobbenbeck, who is also a principal on the campus. We want to welcome you to the Havens Court Lockwood campuses. We're excited to have the opportunity to host the Mayor's Town Hall meeting. This is a wonderful opportunity for the community to come together and share ideas. As a member of the East Oakland school community, helping to host this event today aligns with the vision of our 4 schools: Community United, Futures, Roots International, and Coliseum College Prep Academy. On the Havens Court Lockwood campuses, we have a child development center, 2 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and a high school. This means we serve students K through 12. In the district, our site has been chosen as an area to develop into a promised neighborhood.
Let's have a hand on that. I'm Steve Dobbenbeck, and we're never at a podium, so this is very strange for principals. We're always running around, so pardon me. Also, I want to start by knowing it is a new day because somebody was playing the piano. Who was that? Can we give a hand? That was really beautiful to come in here to hear music. So I want to tell you about one thing we're working on with the National Equity Project. Who knows what that is? Raise their hand if they, okay? Anybody can tell me what organization they were before the National Equity Project? BASES, correct. And they're working with us on a Promised Neighborhood initiative for our zone here. And I'll let you know there's no money involved. We are looking for money. But the idea is to imagine this school and every school here to be the hub of what children and families need. So for a second there, think of that, the hub of what children and families need. And what we mean by that is we need to provide the services for children and families that are both academic, mental, physical, emotional, everything families need. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah. Is that what you want? If you want that, I need to hear a round of applause because we need to fight for this. Thank you. So I'm sure the mayor agrees this is the direction she would want her school and community to be in as well. So what we have to do here is work together and find a way to support our families and children from birth and maybe even before birth to college. I want you to think of that for one more time, from birth to college. This is really important for the future of our city and our nation that we support these children and families that way. Do you agree? Yeah. Let's have a hand. Okay, so now that's all I have to say. Thank you for coming. We hope next time we will have a lot more people in the audience from the community.
And so in our efforts to develop our school community into a promised neighborhood, we also would like to take the opportunity to welcome all of you here today to join us in our efforts. There'll be sign-up sheets if you are interested in learning more about the Promised Neighborhood Initiative or if you're interested in joining us to do some planning. Thank you.
So thank you very much. This may be a little smaller than our first one, but it's not a bad turnout. It looks like at least over 150 people so far. And I know that and there are people out in the hallway in the front and still talking. So we had about 200 in West Oakland. And why I think that's important is it's not just the meeting that this is a town hall. I've promised to do, as the new mayor, a town hall. I think by charter I'm required to do 4 a year, but I promise to do within the first 4 months, 1 in every city council district. And it's not just about the meeting, it is about organizing ourselves, organizing the community, and what comes after this meeting. I want you to know that in West Oakland, we broke down in small groups, and a couple ideas came out, and some are going to take more time to work on than others, but one of the results that came out is that we had a couple of people very concerned about the disabled and how hard it was for them to get their wheelchairs around. And Christine Calabassi is here. Where is she? In the back? Okay. Working and listening to those people, we've decided to set up a citywide task force on that issue. And so I'm actually looking for people to be on that task force. So the ideas that come out of this meeting might end up being a new task force, and trust me, it's not going to be a year-long task force. It's going to be a very quick task force with very quick recommendations. But that's, I think, democracy from the bottom up. It was just the first one that's come up, and that's what we're hoping will come out of today. Many people know that the way I became mayor was by knocking on as many doors as possible and talking to as many people as possible, holding over 220 house parties. I plan to continue that kind of activity to the degree I can by choosing 3 beats in the city of Oakland. One of them is where we did a lot, where I was helping to cut the ribbons on the new houses over in 33X. The other one will probably be right here in this neighborhood. This neighborhood now has the statistics that I most worry about. Highest unemployment, highest dropout rates, highest incidents of violence, etc. But it's still a good neighborhood. You walk on the door, there are good people here. I believe if we organize block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, we take our city back and we move forward together. This is sort of what I did when I was a council member, and I figured if I could do it there, you can do it anywhere. We, as a city, have these amazing strengths, this amazing diversity. Sometimes that creates a little tension, but it's good tension. So I don't expect you're all going to agree on everything today. I may not agree with everything you say, but the discussion has to happen. The dialogue has to happen. The other thing that's particularly special about this one is that there are a large number of youth who were involved in the organizing from different areas, from Lions Creek, from the school, from other groups, the Fromm's Dojo, etc. And many of them helped do leaflets. They designed the leaflet for this, and I wanted them to stand up if they're here and not out in the hallway. Okay. You guys want to stand up who are involved? So later when we do the breakup, I promise to sit in with Howard Jordan, who's deputy chief, and he will be here. He will be here later, that we're going to actually sit in their breakout today because they worked really hard, and I'm hoping to use their model in the other districts to make sure that we have people from all generations participate in the town hall meetings. Let me just briefly say that the city of Oakland is, according to a latest poll I took, I had to make some decisions, so we took a quick poll. The majority of the people, or at least the majority of the voters in Oakland, think that the city is starting to pick up, that they're pretty optimistic. And that's a good thing. And I want to build on that because we've had tough times, the recession's flattening out, and we're about to face some really big cuts, unfortunately, from the state and the federal government. So it's the time where we're going to have to pull together. For some of you young people, when I was your age, some of the programs that you're going to hear about being cut are things that I fought for when I was your age. Expansion of Head Start, school lunches, Title I money for poor schools. These are all things that we won for the civil rights movement, and now people are saying it make no difference. Redevelopment, the better parts of redevelopment too. When the ledge analyst of the state of California says, Well, we don't care where the development goes. And I have to say, excuse me, I care. The point of redevelopment, the point of Head Start is there's inequality in this country, and it doesn't need to be there. It's not something that we just accept, and that there are things that we can do to give people a chance, to give them a more even chance. And I want to tell you that in some of the programs at this school, whether we have the cuts or not, the city and the schools and the county are going to come together and make sure that some of those programs continue, even if we don't get more money, even if we get cuts, because these are the neighborhoods that need the most help, and there are good people in these neighborhoods, and we're not going to desert them. The rest of the state can desert us. The federal government can decide that it doesn't care about poor people anymore, but we have ourselves, and we're going to have to fight for our kids, to fight for our neighborhoods, for our blocks, for our schools, and so that's why we're here today, and I need your help. You're going to break down by groups from what people told us you were most concerned about, and then if they don't fit your group, you want to come up to me. We can talk about doing a special group or another group either today or later. We are in the city doing a couple of things over the next few months. I just want you to know to set the context of our discussion. By the end of the month, I'm going to present the council with what we think the cuts are from the other agencies and their choices of what we're going to do to live within that budget. There's no secret. That was in the news the other day. I'm asking everyone to give. It means my employees will probably have to give 10% again. I'm asking the police to give more of their pension. I'm probably going to ask all the unions for pension reform. Not something I thought I would be saying 20 years ago, but for pension reform from all of the unions. I'm still and I'm also going to ask voters of Oakland, based on the poll that showed that people would support a much lower parcel tax at $80 to maintain services. I'm going to ask the voters to weigh in. We'll win or lose that, and based on that, we'll make cuts or not make cuts.